Hello students, I am back. Class 5, subject EVS, chapter 13. Chapter name The Magic of Water. Topic Properties of Water. Today we are going to talk about the properties of water. What are the qualities of the water? Water has the unique property of being present in all its three forms on earth as solid, liquid and gas. Solid, ice, gas, water vapor, and liquid, water form. All of you know that water is very important. It is not only the important for the living things to help stay alive in their life. Also it is very important in the other sections like the science and the other activities. So here it is a very important property, quality by which it is very useful in the science and the technology. Water, its properties, it can be found in all its three forms, mainly all the matters that are maybe of solid or liquid or gas. Normally the matters are of only three states. First is solid, second is liquid and a gas. You take anything and try to find out what is its state. This state, it is a solid. Water, milk, beverages, these are liquid. Perfumes, scents that are in gas forms. So solid, liquid and gas, in all three forms the water can be get. It is present. In its pure form, water has no taste, smell or color. When the water is in its pure form, means nothing is mixed with it. In that case, it is completely, there is no taste of it, there is no smell of it and there is no color of it. All of you know that in the art subject you always mix the water in the colors to use it more. To make the color more you are using the water. The reason is behind it, it has no color. Whenever the water mixes to something, some color, it takes the color of that way. So in the purest form water has no taste, no smell and no color. In other words, pure water is colorless, odorless and tasteless. It is the language of science in which we said the water is colorless, odorless and tasteless. Colorless means there is no color of it, odorless means there is no smell of it and tasteless means there is no taste of it. A liquid does not have its own shape. It is also a quality and the property of it. Liquid doesn't have its own shape. Means whenever you pour in something, it will take the shape of that thing. When you will pour the water in the glass, it will take the shape of the glass. When you will pour the water in the bottle, it will take the shape of the bottle. A very good example of it, whenever you make the ice in the refrigerator, in the fridge, you will find that the shape of the ice is of IQ. And when you will put the water in a bowl and you will keep the bowl in the freezer, the ice that will be the shape of the bowl. So water has, liquid has no fixed shape, it always takes the shape of the utensils in which you put it. It always takes the shape of its container. Whatever container you will use to keep it, it will take the shape of that container. We measure all liquids in volume in terms of liters and milliliters. All the liquids we measure it in the volume. Means we always find the volume of the liquid. Same as you are measuring your weight. You are measuring your weight to find its mass. Same as the liquids measure in the volume. And its unit is liter and milliliter. We measure the liquids in the liter and milliliter. Volume is the amount of space that any solid, liquid or gas occupies. Okay, volume, it is actually the space that anything takes, occupies. That is the volume. 1000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter. It is the formula or the unit. The 1000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter. Okay. Now, water, a universal solvent. Water is a universal solvent. Water is known as the universal solvent. Water is a very good quality that anything can be mixed in it. The maximum things are mixed with the water. That's why it is known as the universal solvent. Substances that dissolve in water are said to be soluble in water. Whenever you mix something in water, if that thing is mixes with the water, that is soluble in water. Whenever you want to make the sarbat, you mix the sugar in the water. You mix the other things also, so you will find that the sugar will completely mixes in the water and it will be get invisible. It will change the taste of the water. So the sugar is soluble in water. So same as the other things that can be mixes with the water that are said to be soluble in water. The substances which is dissolved in water is called the solute. Means the things which you will mix with the water, that thing will called as the solute. I gave you the example of the sugar mixes in the water to make the sarbat. So here the water is the solvent and the sugar is the solute. The liquid in which it dissolves is called the solvent. So the liquid in which you will make the thing, you will mix it, that liquid will known as the solvent. In sarbat, the water is solvent and the sugar is solute. If you are mixing the sugar in the milk, in that case the milk will be solvent and the sugar will be solute. Substances that do not easily dissolve in water are said to be insoluble in water. Many things that cannot dissolve in water, that things are said to be insoluble in water. Means the things that did not mix with the water, that are insoluble in water. Example, if you want to mix the wood in the water, it will definitely not mix it. It float in the water. So the water is solvent, but the wood will known as the insoluble in water. What floats or sinks in water? Floats means get down, drowned. Sink means comes at the upside. Floats means comes at the upside and sinks means gets down, drowned. Objects which are denser than water will sink in it, and objects which are less dense than water will float in it. Means the things which are more denser than the water, which density has more than the water, they will get down in it, they will sink in it, and the objects which are less dense than water will float in it. Means the density of the thing is less than the water, in that case the thing will float on water. Density of water means the heaviness of water. Density means actually heaviness, how much the thing is heavy. If the thing has the more weight than the water, it will get down, it will sink. And if the weight of the thing is less than the weight of the water, in that case it will float. So that were the points which we talked today. With these points, this chapter is now finished. In next class we will start the new chapter.